Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are diving deep into the wild to meet some of the most incredible animals that share our planet. From the hottest deserts to the deepest oceans, we're going to explore how they survive and the amazing worlds they call home. So, you ready? Let's get right into it. Just take a look at this. A bustling watering hole. It's like a rush hour intersection for zebras, giraffes, and all sorts of other animals. It's an incredible snapshot of life in the wild. But seeing this really gets you thinking. What is it exactly that makes an animal, well, wild? So here's what we've got lined up. First, we'll figure out what it means to be a wild animal. Then, we're going to meet a whole bunch of them and check out where they live. We'll also uncover their amazing survival skills, talk about the serious dangers they're facing, and wrap up with how you and I can actually become heroes for wildlife. Okay, so let's start at square one. What are we actually talking about when we say an animal is wild? Well, a wild animal is one that lives free in its natural habitat. So, not like your cat or dog at home. They aren't tamed, they have to do everything for themselves, find their own food, their own water, build their own shelter. They are true masters of survival, totally dialed into the world around them. All right, now that we know what wild means, let's meet some of these amazing survivors. The sheer variety of life out there is just mind-blowing. Okay, check these two out. On one side, you've got this powerful crocodile, a true ancient ruler of the water, and on the other, a magnificent tiger, the silent king of the grasslands. Both are just perfect examples of animals that are built for the environments they live in. Now, to make sense of all this diversity, scientists put animals into groups. You've got mammals, like lions and dolphins. Then there are reptiles, which includes crocodiles and snakes. And, of course, we have birds, like eagles and falcons. Each group has its own unique set of characteristics that totally defines how they live. We can also group them by what they eat. You've got your herbivores. These are the plant eaters, like the super tall giraffe or the tough camel. And then you have the carnivores, the meat eaters, like the ferocious lion or the sharp-eyed eagle. And that one simple difference, plants versus meat, it shapes everything about them, from their teeth to how they hunt. Of course, an animal's home, its habitat, is just as important as what it is. Every single animal has a place that's perfectly suited for it. So let's jump in and explore some of these amazing environments. Take a look at this, a huge sun-baked desert. It might look pretty empty, right? But it's actually packed with life. So what kind of animal do you think could possibly survive here with so little water and crazy temperatures? Well, if you guessed creatures like the camel, famous for going forever without water, or this cool-looking Texas horned lizard, you'd be right. Their bodies are literally designed for life on the hot sand. They're the true champions of the desert. Okay, now let's go from the driest desert and plunge straight into the deep blue ocean. It's a totally different world, but guess what? It's also home to mammals. We're talking massive whales and super smart dolphins. It just goes to show you life finds a way to thrive in every single corner of our planet. So, to survive in all these different places, animals have developed some pretty incredible abilities. You could honestly call them superpowers. The official term for them is adaptations. Take the kangaroo, for instance. It has these ridiculously powerful hind legs for jumping huge distances, a super efficient way to get around the Australian outback. And of course, it's got that famous built-in carrier, a pouch to keep its baby, called a joey, safe and sound. And the superpowers just keep coming. An elephant's trunk? It's a multi-tool for drinking, breathing, grabbing things, you name it. A tiger's stripes? Perfect camouflage. An eagle's eyes? They can spot a tiny mouse from way up in the sky. A giraffe's long neck gets at the best leaves at the top of the tree. And a shark's fins let it cut through the water like a torpedo. Every feature is a key to their survival. All right, we need to shift gears for a minute and talk about something really serious. Because even with all those incredible superpowers, a lot of wild animals are in big trouble. And their survival is anything but guaranteed. This image, it's tough to look at, I know, but it's the reality for so many animals. This used to be a forest, a home for countless creatures, and now it's gone. This is called habitat destruction, and it's one of the biggest threats wildlife faces. And the hard truth is, these threats are mostly coming from us, from human activities. We're talking about destroying their homes, polluting the land, air, and water, overhunting animals for things like their fur or tusks, and of course, the huge challenge of global warming, which is changing the very climates these animals are built for. This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? It's a powerful, powerful reminder that we share this planet, and the future of all these amazing animals really depends on the choices that we make. But listen, it is not hopeless. Not even close. We've talked about the problem, so now let's focus on the solution. Because we can all, every single one of us, can play a part in protecting these animals. We can all be wildlife heroes. And the amazing thing is, the steps are pretty simple. We can help bring forests back by planting new trees. We can keep our planet clean. You know the drill: reduce, reuse, and recycle. When we're out in nature, we can be respectful of animal homes. We can speak up and report illegal hunting. And maybe the most important thing, we can share what we've learned with other people. And that's really the main thing to remember here. Every single action, no matter how small it feels, adds up. Whether you plant one tree or just recycle one plastic bottle, it all makes a real difference. So let's do a super quick recap. We learned that wild animals are sorted into groups, and they all have incredible superpowers that help them survive in their specific homes. We also face the tough truth that they're in danger because of human actions. But most importantly, we learned that we all have the power and the responsibility to help protect them. Okay, to make sure all that awesome info stuck in your brain, how about a quick pop quiz? Ready? First question. Name just one wild animal. Go. If you said lion, tiger, elephant, giraffe, shark, or eagle, you are absolutely correct. Awesome start. Okay, next up. Think back to habitats. Where do lions live? You got it. Lions are mammals, and they call the vast grasslands their home. And for the final question, let's talk about those superpowers. Which of the animals we mentioned can fly? Of course, it's the birds. The mighty eagle, the speedy falcon, and the sharp-eyed hawk are all masters of the sky. You nailed it. But I'm going to leave you with one last question, and it's the most important one. Thinking about everything we just talked about, what is one thing that you will do this week to become a wildlife hero? Just think about it, because every hero's journey starts with a single step. Thanks for joining me.